talking about platform parts, wear items, things you should be looking at before we go to the field. If you're running a 600 or 700 series platform, whether it's a draper or an auger head, there's a couple different guard options and section options we can go with. Most of the area we have is going to be running the double longs. You might have a few guys out there running the long shorts, and basically the long short, the difference is half of it's a long knife, half of it's short. The long shorts are more for residue. If you have issues with corn stalks pinning in your guards or clogging it, you might consider going to the long shorts. One thing to know about the long shorts is if you're replacing and going to the long shorts, you also need to replace the guards. They're designed to work with this guard that is missing this front brace. So you're going to notice that difference if you're switching. And just as a comparison, you can see this is for the long shorts, this is for the double longs. You can see where that bracket is missing. Also, something we're going to look at here, we're going to look at the wear on the guards while we're looking at it. We're going to make sure the edges are all crisp, they're not dulled off, but they're nice and sharp. Same thing with the sections. We're going to look for wear across the sections, wear lines, dull points, teeth broken off, some things you need to look at there. Also on the sections, they've got multiple holes here, and that's just for breakage. So instead of bending a section and damaging the guard, you're just going to break the section. So just definitely designed for breakage instead of damage, and also lightens the head. You will also alternate guards every other guard on the 600 series. If you're running a draper, or you're new to a draper, one of the few things that you're going to notice that's different is also going to be your center sections. The center sections where the knives overlap are a different section. They require different bolts. They also require different guards and hold downs. Hold down wear, you should have a nice smooth blunt edge here. If they're getting sharp, it's time to replace them. Also going to look at your sleeve on the knife drive. If you're getting worn on here, you're going to create binding, cause issues. So definitely something you want to consider there. On the 6 and 900 series, or 6 and 700 series heads, as well as the 900 series heads, they offer a knife back repair kit. So if your knife breaks, you can splice it. It is not real effective right at the drive, but if you get out a little ways away from the drive, it is pretty effective and can save you a lot of time. Also, on the 900 series heads that are out there, the wear plates are a little different. They've got a wear plate that sits underneath the hold down, like this. You got a nice blunt edge here, and when that gets sharp, it's time to change them. You're also on the knives and the sections, you're going to be looking for the same characteristics as we were on the 6 and 700s. You're going to be looking for the missing teeth, dulled edges, same thing on the guards, and with a nice crisp edge here. On your skid plates, you're going to want to be looking for broken skid plates, plates that are missing. Also right here on your edges where your rivets are, if you're seeing rivets pull through, it's time to change them. When you move to the center of the head or the auger heads, you're going to want to look at the fingers. Make sure they're not broken, missing, excessively worn. Also going to have bushings and plates that hold them into place. You're going to want to make sure those aren't worn, because if they are, they can create binding, they can wear into your drum or your auger. We're also going to have, on the draper heads, we have a wear plate that sits between the two belts, and essentially that just helps with the float, but whenever those are worn, it's time to replace them. They'll get a nice sharp edge here. New ones, you're going to have a nice squared off edge and nice and flat. On the draper heads, we're also going to have a couple options for our crop dividers. The crop divider here is for the early 600 series heads. It's going to eliminate crop layover. They've also got one for the late 600 series and the 700 series heads. A little different design, still for the same function. So something you might keep in mind if you're having problems with the crop layover. Lastly, we're also going to talk about the Lakota shark fin. If you're running a draper head and you're having issues on your point rows, your end rows, shooting the crop across into or under the opposing belt, this might be an option for you. It bolts in the center of your center feed belt and takes the crop, hits it, directs it back into the feeder house. So if you have any questions or concerns, contact any of your local TTG stores and we'd be happy to help you.